I just returned from visiting my family in Texarkana, Arkansas, where a record-breaking tornado devastated the area. About 300 homes were damaged and 22,000 people were left without power. Here on the Gulf Coast where I live, we just entered hurricane season, which will last all the way through the end of November. That's why I'll be preparing my home for the inevitable power outages that may come to this area. In this video, I'll be partnering with Anker to take a look at probably one of the coolest products that I've ever covered on this channel, the Anker SOLIX Home Power Panel. This is going to be paired with their F3800. This ought to be pretty interesting. Let's go ahead and get started. When it comes to whole home battery backup solutions, the home power panel with the F3800 is one of the easiest to set up and install. In fact, it only takes one electrician as little as 1 hour to install the entire system. The electrician that I hired did bring some help with him, and his team was able to get the entire thing done in about 4 hours. Now, my home is pretty large, and the electrical system and planning was a little bit more complicated than usual, so I was really impressed with the small amount of time that it took them to get this whole thing set up. In my setup, because of the difficulty and cost in connecting the air conditioning unit, I decided to leave that out, which is actually a good thing because it increases the amount of time that I have on battery backup to power everything else in my home. I've done an entire video on the F3800, which is the battery source for this system. So if you need more information on that as a standalone product, I'll leave a link in the description. The F3800 is definitely a great standalone backup battery system to power up all of your devices and appliances, but it also does an amazing job of backing up your entire home's power with the help of the home power panel. The home power panel operates using a few different modes. With self-consumption mode, the home power panel can detect the power output of the rooftop solar system and grid and maximize grid-tied solar panel usage to power your home. Any excess power that's generated is funneled to the F3800 for storage. I'll actually be using the time of use mode since I don't have solar panels. The time of use mode is pretty beneficial because it allows you to store grid power during the off-peak hours, and then it can switch over and smartly use power from the F3800 to power up your home and devices during peak hours, saving you money on your energy bill. Where I live, the price of power is about 29 cents per kilowatt hour during the peak periods, which is from 1 to 5 p.m. And then power during the off-peak is only 9 cents per kilowatt hour. So being able to use that cheaper power that you were able to store during the off-peak hours instead of that more expensive power during the peak hours can definitely add up over time. One of the main benefits to the home power panel is the fact that it can automatically switch over to your stored power in case of an outage. We're going to test that really quickly. For this part of the video, I'm going to have the help of Carter and Kinley. They're going to kind of watch the lights in here. I'm going to simulate a power outage. The home power panel is supposed to be able to automatically switch to the battery backup. There may be a little flicker in the lights. I guess we're going to find out. I'm going to walk outside, turn the power off, and we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm walking out to the power panel now, and I'm going to turn the power off from the grid, and it should automatically just switch right over to the battery backup. All right, the power panel, and I'm going to go ahead and turn off all the power right now. Okay. Okay, did the lights flicker? Like, really quickly?
Yes.
TV turned off, but it's coming back up. But the lights just kind of, just a bump.
I went, Papa.
Cool. I think it's about time to test this out. We'll simulate a power outage by turning off the grid power, and then I'll kind of walk through the house and turn on lights and appliances and things like that and see how much the one F3800 can actually handle in this pretty decently sized home. So we're totally off grid right now, and I'm only running the essentials. So all light switches, everything's turned off. We do have some things that are just plugged in that may be sipping a little bit of energy, but primarily we have 2 refrigerators and a deep freezer that are powered up by the home power panel, and we're only sitting at 500-ish watts. So I'm gonna go around and turn on all the light switches, we got lots of them, and see where that puts us. Okay, so we're currently running lights and fans and lamps for every room in the house, which we're talking about 5 bedrooms, a living room, a den, a kitchen, 3 bathrooms, an office area. So there's lots and lots of lights here, dozens of lights, several different fans that are all running, and we're currently running at 2.38 kilowatts. So we've still got a lot of headroom. So we're sitting at 1.73 kilowatts. I'm going to turn on the TV. So with the TV and all the lights and fans running, we are at 1.99 kilowatts. I'm gonna go ahead and power up my desk setup here, get all this going. Okay, so my whole desk setup here in the office is good to go. I'm even charging my laptop there, my PC, all these lights are going, plus the TV, all the lights in the house. We're still at 1.98 kilowatts. We should be able to run everything that we've already mentioned. It's all still going. Microwaves are known for putting out a ton of power, so we'll get this going for 10 minutes. All right, so with the microwave going and everything else that we've talked about, 3.62 kilowatts, let's add the air fryer and see if we can really max this setup out. There is a chance at 6,000 watts that we're going to max it all out and turn everything off, but we'll give it a try. 370, 15 minutes, it's going. All right, so with the air fryer going, the microwave going, and everything else we've talked about, we're almost pushing the limit. We're at 5.22 kilowatts. And I could add something else to this, but you guys can see this is a whole home battery backup solution. I was pretty surprised by how much I could actually run off grid with the home power panel and the F3800 combo. I feel like in an emergency situation, what this will be used for is to power the refrigerators, the freezer, and maybe some fans and light switches. Other than that, we'll probably keep everything else to a minimum. I think it's important to mention here that 2 F3800 units can be connected to the home power panel simultaneously, achieving a maximum power output of 12,000 watts. I would have been able to run far more appliances at the same time. With that, I would have easily been able to run a coffee maker, my washer and dryer, along with the microwave and air fryer and the other appliances like the refrigerators and freezers that were already going. With the home power panel, my family is definitely prepared for hurricane season and power outages if they do occur. I'll be sure to include links in the description of where you can pick up the home power panel and the F3800 for yourself. That about wraps it up for this video. Thanks guys for watching. Be blessed. I'll see you in the next one.